I like drive this thing. God, it's hot in here, isn't it? Bloody hell. You wonder why someone crashed it. Whoa! Whoa, 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 Connor, stop, no! We can't be doing that right now. Leave that with me. Leave it with me. Car, thank God we saved that. Today, we are saying goodbye to a true icon of the road, the 1993 VW Golf Clipper. This is the last breath of the Mark I era. This cabriolet kept the original Golf spirit alive for a full decade after the hatchbacks moved on. Soft top fun, and with just enough 90s flair to make it a head turner, but all good things come to an end. In this video, we're breaking down literally the last of a dying breed, but before the tools come out, let's take one final look at what made the Golf Clipper such a standout in its day. Oh, right, here you have it, the VW Clipper. Golf Cabriolet. Clipper actually refers to the trim of this vehicle. It's actually the trim they introduced later on these Golf Cabriolets. So this kept alive the Mark I Golf for 10 years, as I said earlier. A real true icon of the roads. Unfortunately, this has actually come in as a category B vehicle. I mean, it's an insurance write-off, and unfortunately they've deemed it non-repairable. So we're going to have to crush this vehicle, but lucky for you guys, we get to take off any parts that we seem fit, but that whole chassis unfortunately has got to go in the bin. So let's take a little closer look, see what we can see, and we'll go from there. Right, let's head around the back here and look at why this was written off. So all I know was apparently it was accident damaged. I mean, for a car this year and this iconic, you'd like to think that they can repair it. I'm presuming, look around the car, having driven the car, it's just because of the accident that's happened here. Obviously it's damaged the rear quarter there, and that's what's deemed it, unfortunately, a category B vehicle. I mean, we did the Porsche the other day. Yeah, that was a slightly higher pre-accident value and everything, and that was saved category S, but unfortunately this one's written off, so we're going to break it for parts. So let's just have a look at the detail and condition of some of these parts, which we may or may not remove. Let's start just around the front here. There's something actually interesting about these Clippers. So like I said, it was a different trim, so the Clippers should or tend to have the coloured bumpers which match the rest of the car. Sometimes on previous ones you get like the kind of black plastic on these. Some Clippers actually, I'm told, had a bit more chrome, but I can't see any chrome on this one, and sometimes had some alloys, but these are looking like just sort of, I think they're the G60 wheels, steel wheels on these, so doesn't seem like it's top spec on the outside. But condition wise, I mean, yeah, it's got a mark there. I'm sure it's nothing that can't be repaired or fixed. I'm just going to check the bottom under here. It's like with any bumper, you'll start to see it damaged around there, but that looks okay for a vehicle of this age. Yeah, this is where there's marks down here. If I can get that low. So it definitely needs a repair, but it's definitely salvageable, this bumper as well. So you'll start to see some sort of rust spots around the body here. But otherwise, it's all looking good on this front. There's no cracks in the headlights. All good, and grill's intact. So it's looking all good. We come round the passenger side here. Again, you'll see it's had a bit of a scrape up here. Probably potentially for some time if it's kind of rusted out as well. And then you'll start to see a little bit of a few tears in the soft top here. Rear arch liners looking okay. Rear bumpers, obviously some cracking and everything on that one. Yeah, it's been damaged there in the crash. Centre, there's some marks as well. All looks good. Yeah, I'm sure someone might be able to salvage that. I can't imagine these are high in supply. And if we come around the left here, again, rear quarter, it's had a bit of a dink here. I think there are some signs this car really didn't like speed bumps on this one, so maybe that's why they put it there. Again, this roof, I thought this might be good. If this was coming in for braking, I thought, oh, one of these roofs might be a popular part. But there's a few tears here, but maybe someone can repair that. Again, if you want it in the comments, let us know. But panels wise, I mean, yeah, there's a few little rough spots and a few little marks, but overall, it's looking pretty good for condition. Right, I'm not going to pretend I know everything about these vehicles, but I really want to give you an overview of this because we don't know what parts we want to take off. We want to know what you guys want from this vehicle, what you guys recommend. It's one of those classics and icons where we don't have that data for. So I'm actually going to look at ChatGPT before I get that wrong. See what it knows, see what common problems to look out for, and maybe it's going to help you viewers on that. So let's have a quick look. Mark 1 Golf Clipper common problems. Let's see what it says. So rust, again, common one for older cars. Typical areas it's saying is the floor pans, seals, wheel arches, and around the windshield frame. I won't be able to look all under there. Looks okay. So look, I might take the roof off in a second. The arches might look okay-ish. Yeah, looks okay. Another thing it says here is obviously the convertible models are particularly can't get my words out today, susceptible to rust due to the water drainage issues and to the cabriolet roof. But you know, on the inside, doesn't look like anything's been leaking here, which is good. So yeah, that's a good sign. We'll come on to the condition of the interior in a second. Another thing is electrical problems. Older vehicles are prone to them. Issues with the headlights, tail lights. We'll check to see if they're working in a second. I think they said potentially an issue with the speedometer to do with fuel gauge and oil temperature. So we'll check that one and we'll get it started. So that'd be exciting. And we'll check things like the coolant as well, see what the expansion tank is showing, see if there's any signs there of overheating or anything. I won't be able to check any suspension parts. We'll actually see if this comes down. This is actually a manual roof. We'll see if this comes down, see if that's working. Again, I think that still could be salvaged. Won't be able to check anything like brakes myself right now. It says power steering and steering rack. This definitely didn't have power steering, I'll tell you that. And just wear and tear. Trims, I think that's an important one on these vehicles, checking out trims. Making sure they're okay. That'll obviously be the harder bits to find that you're not going to get from the manufacturer. But look, let's get it started, let's get the bonnet open and see what it sounds like. Oh, started up a minute ago, all right? What's happened? I was driving it fine, maybe I broke this one. Maybe we'll give that a go in a minute. Let's open the bonnet anyway. Oh. So we actually paid just over £1,100 for this vehicle. Obviously that doesn't include any collection costs or anything like that. I mean, we have driven it for probably 5 minutes. It seems a little bit hot under here, but look, I'm no mechanic on that one. That'd be one for the guys on there. I think it seems to look okay, intact here. Looks like the alternator's got a remanufactured sticker on there, but all looks okay. look, we'll get the team on this. I'm not going to comment. I will get that wrong, but that's what I've got the team for. So yeah, I'm just checking the scuttle panel and stuff. Another issue actually, we'll check that in a second, I'll get the power on, was the wiper system, to see if they're working. They apparently had intermittent issues, so we'll check that over as well. But the rad looks okay, nothing leaking either, which is good. And this bonnet as well, yeah. Like I said, there's a few rust spots here, but nothing that someone couldn't work with, I don't think. Right, let's try again, let's get the power on. Door mirrors as well, they're good. They're all manual folding ones. Same on the other side, that's all working fine. I'm going to really try going into detail here. I really want people to see what condition it's in. Again, if there's parts they're interested in, we'll try and go into that detail. Let's just go into here, let's see if it starts now. Let's pull the seat back. So the seat is working on the track. No, we'll give that a try later. The mileage of this vehicle has done 176,000 miles. First inspections, the interior looks pretty good, to be fair. Actually, I'll take try and look to take this roof off first, and then maybe we can just see a bit better with the camera what's going on in here. So this looks like it's a manual roof. I'm just going to pull that down there. Let's pull the other one down. I should try and do this before we start these videos instead of making a fool out of myself. Don't say you've got to open the boot or anything, have we, to do this? How do we get these back? I'm going to guess these windows. Let's pull that down a little bit on both sides. So actually, one thing I forgot to say, I was quite surprised at this vehicle, is that the front windows are electric with the switches right at the front there. Right, let's see if this is the one. What's going on here then?
Hello?
Hello, you alright?
Yeah.
Just a quick one. Have you ever seen this Mark 1 Golf that we got here? This Mark 1 Golf Cabriolet Clipper thing.
I don't know, where is it?
Okay, I'm in Tarmac. Do you know how to get these convertible roofs down? It's a manual one, but I can't push it back far enough. Any advice?
I'll have a look. I'll wander over.
Okay, I'll see you in a sec.
All right,
Cheers, bye-bye. Greg's coming over. Right, ignore me. This roof is not manual. There's actually a button straight down here, in between the electric windows, showing it. There's a button to pull it up and down, so it must be electric. I think we're gonna have to try to start it again. Then Greg's here to give me a hand, hopefully.
Hopefully.
If not, then get back to work. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, we've got it started.
Try this switch.
Press the button, yeah?
Yeah.
Switch down.
No.
Go on.
Because it needs to lift the back.
So I was thinking, I couldn't work out how it goes down.
I think find it's not working.
It's not working, right. That's a part we definitely cannot salvage. What are your thoughts on this, Greg? Unfortunately, it's Cat B. It means we're gonna have to break it for parts. I wanted to create this video for the viewers to tell us what parts they want from it, because this is not something we usually get in or have the data for. So
No, we haven't had one of these for a long time, have we?
no, definitely not. So, like I said, it makes me feel young, because this is actually older than me.
It's older than you, is it? Yeah, no. Okay, well, it's definitely not older than me. Yeah, well, I haven't seen one for a long time.
Check out the engine bay.
When we used to get them in, when we used to get these sort of cars in all the time, it was always door handles, outside door handles. They used to snap off.
Well, what I've noticed on this one first, Greg, if we come over here, we'll come over here. What I've noticed here actually, there's the inner thing here, that's come out there.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's salvageable or not? It's that bit, you can see it's come out there.
Yeah, it'll be a plastic insert in the door.
Okay.
And then this bit would come off and there'll be a screw in there. It's a screw that's
okay,
pulled
so
through.
okay, that is salvageable.
That's
then.
fine.
It's like there's a door handle was working okay there. There's a crack in the speaker cover, but that's, I can't imagine that's a problem. But
Replaceable.
The rest of the trim looks good. But anyway, let's have a look under the bonnet because that's what I wanted you to have a look at. Is it running okay? Yes. There we go.
Wow.
What's your thoughts then, Greg?
Aftermarket alternator.
Yeah, I can see it was remanufactured. Yeah. All looking all good?
Yeah, well this is quite interesting
Tank?
because it's a very early fuel injection system.
Yeah.
Similar to what was used at the time on the XR3i.
Okay.
Which was controlled by a flap inside this fuel metering housing.
Yeah.
So it's very rudimentary fuel injection.
Okay.
Which relied heavily on the actual condition of the injectors themselves.
Yeah. It's 76,000 miles. What do you reckon about the engine?
It's not sounding bad for that sort of mileage.
Yeah.
It doesn't look particularly nice.
Would we inventory it and sell it as engine only, or what are your thoughts?
At a guess, I would say we will probably inventory it as a complete unit and drop it out.
Okay.
And sell it as a kit with all its ancillaries and things.
When I stand here, I notice there's a lot of heat coming off. Is that normal for one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's normal. The fan is on at the moment. It's quite a warm day as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But it's not rotted out along the tops like they often did.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad for the age. It's not actually as rusty as you'd expect it to be.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like underneath, but presumably if it's a Cat B, it was written off, it was on the road. So
Yeah,
it
seemed like it's all driving. I mean, I drove it a minute ago, not very well, I must say.
But yeah, door handles were always a thing. All the early Golfs, it was always these. We were out in the yard getting them off all the time.
Okay.
You used to take them up to the front counter, they used to have a box full of them because they used to just fall off for a pastime.
Yeah.
But I would imagine a lot of the parts are quite desirable.
Yeah, it all looks good.
The Mark 1 Golf has always been a popular car, isn't it?
Just like the door mirrors are intact, the door looks intact, there's a few rust spots.
That's actually no good, it's got broken off trim.
Sorry, yeah, the trim on
Trim's broken.
That's broken.
I noticed the other one did work. It was a manually operated one that runs on 3 little cables.
The door handles all okay. And then what do you reckon about the interior?
That actually caught my eye because although the driver's seat is destroyed, as you can see, the other ones appear to be quite good. Catches are working, which is something that often didn't work.
Which is running a beauty, no awful sounds or anything either after all that time.
No, it sounds nice now.
Yeah. Okay.
If this was coming into the run and test area, obviously we'd listen to it. We would then do a head gasket test with a tool that we use to confirm it, but especially with a vehicle this age. But there's no obvious signs of leaks or anything. It's dirty, but there's no oil leaks on the outside of it.
Yeah, that's it.
No evidence of coolant leaks.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
And apart from a refurbished alternator, everything else looks like genuine OE parts on here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll turn her off. We'll let her rest for a bit. I will keep repeating myself. If you want anything, let us know. Give us a message. There should be a stock number on this. If you do call up, let's have a look. Where is the stock number? 1010235. So yeah, let us know. If you've got any other questions, we'll happily send you some videos on it. Some photos of everything. But yeah, all looks good. Right, we've had a tour around of the Clipper. It's great to see there's obviously some salvageable parts there. It's a shame it's going to have to go to the graveyard, I'll call it. But let's see how many parts we can salvage from it. Let us know, send it to friends if they've got any. Let's make use of it, see what we can recycle, but more importantly, to see what it can save, to see if it can save other Clippers staying on the road.